Would you like to learn how to take 2 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper and 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock and turn it into 4 cards with no scraps left over? Then stay tuned. Hey, it's Beth. Welcome. I am so excited today to be bringing you a new 6x6 no scraps sketch set. This is number 12, and it is for 2 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper. Cut them using the cutting guide. I also have a cutting guide for 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, and once you cut those 3 pieces up, you are able to make 4 cards with this sketch and have tiny, minuscule amount of scraps left over. And I even offer ways that you can use those scraps on your cards. So I am going to be using the African Critters pad today. I will pick 2 sheets from here and a sheet of cardstock that corresponds with that, and we can get started in making our cards. I'm going to start by cutting down my sheets of pattern paper, and this first pattern is directional, so I make sure to turn it so that the way I cut it, that everything will be facing up once I'm done cutting. So just if you have a directional pattern, just pay attention to that. The second pattern is not directional, so it doesn't matter. And then once I finish getting all of my pieces cut according to my cutting guide, I will jump over and do the same thing for the cardstock. So if you're new to my no scrap sketch sets, basically what they are, it's a set that includes a cutting guide or cutting guides, depending on if it's got cardstock included, and card sketches that help you take a certain number of pattern papers and potentially cardstock and turn them into a certain number of cards with like no scraps left over. So if you are someone who can't leave scraps like me anymore, I hate having scraps. I don't want to put them back in my stash, so I feel the need to use them. So I will keep making until I use them. Or if you're, somebody who already has a big stash of scraps, these sketches prevent additional scraps going into your stash. And my sketches are great for a beginner card maker because I give you basic sketches. You can take it and embellish them as much as you want. I'm giving you a starting point. So for a beginner card maker who maybe doesn't have a lot of supplies, my sketch sets are great. They're also great for an experienced crafter who has a ton of stash that maybe they want to work through, because my sketch sets help you work through your papers quickly and efficiently and don't create more scraps. So now that I have everything cut down, I'm going to start assembling sketch A. And I just alternate the patterns. Whatever is the rectangle pattern, I make sure I use the second sheet pattern for the strip that goes across the bottom. And then on that second strip, I am going to turn it. Luckily, my paper is double-sided, so I'm going to turn it back side. I just felt it looked better. I don't know why, less busy, or I don't know. It made more sense for me to turn it to the solid side. So if you are working with patterned paper that is double-sided, you are welcome to use whichever side you choose. So I'm just going through and adhering everything to the mats, and then we'll adhere those to my cards. You can bring in additional cardstock as a card mat if you wish. Just note that whatever extra cardstock you bring in, you may have scraps left over. So my no scraps guarantee is not for additional cardstock that you may decide to use for your cards. So I will link this card sketch set in the description box below, as well as the page on my website that has the other prior sketch sets in case there are some that you may have missed. So since I am on number 12, there are 11 other sketch sets that vary between 6x6, 12x12, and 8.5 by 11 pattern paper. And it's a variety of projects too, it's not just cards. So You can check those out if you haven't already. So those tiny strips that I had you cut on the cutting guide, we are adding them to the bottom of the card just to kind of break up some of that space down there at the bottom, because we're going to add a circle and then with a sentiment or embellishment and then some other decorations kind of in that top rectangle. So for sketch B, we're taking these two pieces that are the same size and arranging them on the card base and then covering the space in the middle with this strip. And you can, I tend to like to move my strip as far towards the top as I can while still covering that gap. You can place it direct center, you can orient it closer, towards the bottom. It's totally up to you. Again, these are jumping points, so you can kind of just take the idea and make it yours. But I tend to like to, have it not be totally symmetrical. One of mine works out that way today, and one of them does look a little bit, I didn't get it quite as high up as I wanted to, but it still works. And you can alternate the patterns. Like if you have double-sided paper and you want to alternate the patterns of those larger rectangles, you can, and then you can have like a third pattern on the strip. I just chose to have the matching pattern rectangles and then the other pattern as my strip. And if you choose to use my sketch sets and share pictures anywhere on social media, please tag me. I'm at Bourbon Creek Crafts pretty much everywhere that I'm on, and use the hashtag bccnoscraps so that I can see the cards you made as well. So these 4 strips here that are all the same size are meant for the inside of your cards. So I'm going to go ahead and add those just so that they are kind of out of the way. Normally, if there's any pattern paper left, I will have you add that to the inside, but we used every bit of the pattern paper so far, so we're using some of the extra cardstock that. So I'm trying to show you here that this is a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. It takes a bit to focus. So I have 2 punches, 1 3/4 and 2 inches, and that is because out of this larger piece of cardstock that you have left, I'm asking you to cut 2 2-inch circles and then 2 1 3/4 inch circles. So if you don't have these exact sizes, you could use dies or punches, but if you don't have these exact sizes, obviously find something that will work. And then I'm using 2 other smaller sizes. One is 1/4 inch, one is 1/2 inch as kind of embellishment circles. This is the 1/2 inch one. And these are all EK Success punches. These are some of my favorite punches. They cut like butter for the most part. Like I have one that I've had forever that is finally needs to be sharpened, but they cut really well. They don't get stuck. They collapse, so they're easier to store. So I really love them, and I will link them in the description box below. But I am bringing in this stamp set from a new company to me. It's Brass and Bliss, and it's a happy birthday stamp set. And I chose it because I thought it would have some happy birthday sentiments that would fit in the varied size circles that I'm using, and they did. So I pulled out 2 different sizes of happy birthdays, and we'll stamp those and then punch 2 out with the 1 1/2 inch punch, and then 2 with the 1 3/4 inch. And then this will be how I decorate up my cardstock circles that my sketch called for. So you can, at this point, you can do what I'm doing, stamp a sentiment on some white cardstock and punch some smaller circles. You can add an embellishment or sticker or flower something in that circle and add a sentiment elsewhere on the card. You can leave the sentiment off and just add an embellishment. Like, this is kind of where you can do whatever you want with it. This is just what I chose to do. It's I wanted to make sure to include a sentiment. So on this one, I'm just using a sentiment and then adding my little cardstock circles, the smaller circles, as my embellishment. And plus those were a way to use up my cardstock that I had left over. I'm just using some Barely Art glue to add my white circles to the kind of like bluish circle. And then once these are down, I can add them all to my cards. So the 1 3/4 inch, like the set with the 1 3/4 inch blue circle, is going on sketch A. And in the cutting guide for the cardstock, there was like this little strip that I said you could use as additional embellishment on a card, add it to the inside, toss it. Like, it was just kind of a strip that I didn't call for you to use. However, I'm going to use it as leveling. So on the right side, the circle hangs off of the layers just a little bit. And so I'm using some of this scrap that I have left over in the cardstock and cutting it up, kind of layering it together to create almost, it's like dimensional, like tape, but it's not as dimensional. It's only, it kind of balances out my circle with the other pieces there. It doesn't raise it up anymore. So this is just an extra way that you can use up some of the little bit of scraps that you will have left. So add my circles, and then I realized, oh wait, I needed 6 of each circles, not 6 in total. So there is space left, and so I'm gonna punch 3 more of the 1/2 inch circles, and then I'll punch 3 more of the 1/4 inch circles for sketch B. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place with the steps on here, but I like to get the cards assembled and then come back and embellish like after everything's put together. It's just kind of how I work. You can do each sketch individually, each card individually, you know, whatever you need to do. So sketch A is now done, and I'm going to work on sketch B. This is where I'm punching 3 more of the 1/4 inch circles. And then I am going to take some of the extra cardstock bits that are left. This time I'm just using 1 layer because I'm kind of overlapping the blue strip that's there. And I'm just going to go ahead and add that to the top and bottom of the strip in the center, so then I can add my circle on top of that and it will balance. And so this is the 2-inch circle set that I'm using on sketch B, and I'm just placing it right there in the center of my strip. And then I am using those 3 little 1/4 inch circles, kind of like non-dimensional enamel dots. I'm doing 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top left, 2 at the bottom right. You can arrange them differently. You can skip them. You can use enamel dots if you don't care about using up your cardstock scraps. Totally up to you. Again, I'm giving you a jumping off point, and then you can embellish as much or as little as you want. That's why these are great for beginner card makers through experienced card makers. And I did speed the process up like by 2 times, but the video before I sped anything up was only 30 minutes long. So I had these 4 cards made and like completed in like under 30 minutes. So if you need a quick set of cards and not create any more scraps, then these are perfect. So get my last little circles laid down, and then all 4 cards are complete, and we've decorated the inside too. And as far as scraps go, I have that little bit that I just brushed into a pile there. I'm giving you one final look at all 4 cards. I have that little pile of teeny tiny bits and then what's left of the cardstock. So this was sketch set 12, and again, links will be below. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you all have a very crafty day.